Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back for another Total War video with the Terminator. Of all the late antiquity mods for Total War, there are two that are probably the most popular. Et Impera for Rome 2 Total War and its prodigy Ancient Empires for Attila. There are a few others worthy of note of course as well. Wars of the Gods is another excellent mod in the time period, as is Europa Perdita or Constantine Rise of Christianity. But DEI is undoubtedly the best mod for Rome 2, and in my opinion anyway, Ancient Empires is a close best on Attila. Both of them offer solid campaigns with brilliant features, excellent variety of units, and a fair bit of replayability across the board. So in this video, I want to try and explore whether DEI or Ancient Empires is better based on my understanding and experience of these two amazing mods. I'm going to present to you why I think they're both absolutely brilliant, and then tell you why I currently enjoy one over the other. You should really play both, but hopefully by the end of this video, you will have a better idea about which one to play first. Et Impera really needs no introduction. The current main modder, Camille, and the team have done an insane job of adding everything to make it the best it can be. Complex and engaging campaign mechanics, overhauled and new factions, thousands of new units, and AI enhancements that make both the campaign and battles slower and more enjoyable. The main focus, though, of the mod is to make things more challenging, immersive, and replayable. The economic system has been completely reworked to need a lot more work in the long run to start making gains. Diplomacy is very much another weapon in your arsenal to literally keep your friends close and your enemies closer while you bash out your actual enemies. And things like empire maintenance, the most intricate population and supply mechanics I've ever seen, and more make this mod one of the most challenging you'll ever play. But it's also super fun and very immersive. Historical accuracy has always been a real objective for them, so unit names and visuals, the flags and emblems of factions, character names, political parties, and with a new update, things like unique local wonders all add to that immersion factor, acting as a kind of cherry on top to an already brilliant Total War mod. The UI, including unit cards, loading screens, and event screens, are all much more immersive now, and together with scripted events like the Punic Wars, the Reforms event, or the Seleucid Satrapy rebellions all make this one of the most immersive mods I've ever played. From a campaign perspective, the mod hits all the right marks for me, but battles are also really good. If you're like me and you don't really enjoy the super quick battles that usually occur in Total War games, DEI is definitely the mod for you. Various stats like melee defense or ranged damage has been nerfed and buffed and changed around, leading to a battle that forces you to change up your tactics. Archers are a lot more effective from the sides or behind. Hammer and anvil always works, but you need a lot more hammer now really, and battle lines will generally hold out for longer. All of this leads to some really memorable battles that are longer, more enjoyable, and are more challenging. Finally, DEI is about to get a pretty major update. New unique wonder buildings, expanded building slots, updated start positions, reworked rosters for 12 barbarian factions to make them a hell of a lot more replayable, and even a new DEI specific campaign map built from Attila. The amount of passion and dedication gone into DEI is just immense, and this last update is a testament to how much people really do enjoy Et Impera more than anything. Set 100 years after the death of Alexander the Great, Ancient Empires began development in early 2015 with the promise of delivering an immersive and engaging Total War experience. With humble beginnings as a submod for Et Impera, it moved development from Rome 2 to Attila in favor of the superior gameplay mechanics, at the cost of what some would say is less optimization. Nevertheless, they cracked on and have so far delivered an immense mod that is an absolute joy to play. It comes with 45 playable factions, all divided into subgroups of cultures and geographical areas such as the successor states, the Greek kingdoms, or the African and Arab tribes, all with historical accuracy at its heart. So fleshed out building trees, more varied and unique units for each faction, Benjins, AAA generals for all factions, and a diverse set of cultures that mesh and mix with each other depending on the region. What makes Ancient Empires amazing though is the level of detail and immersion the modders are bringing to the time period and the insane challenge in the campaign. The best example of this, and of course what the mod is built around, is the primary conflict of the time period, the Punic Wars. As Rome or Carthage, you start off battled and bloodied, gearing towards the end of the Second Punic War on the eve of the great battle of Zama between General Cornelius Scipio and the Carthaginian strategy god Hannibal. There is no let's have a look at what buildings we've got, what armies are doing, or who we should have trade agreements with. You're right smack in the middle of Scipio with his army about to attack Hannibal in the Numidian desert. I mean, how fantastic is that? It really does just throw you right into the best battle of the conflict. Just to give you a flavor of the depth and the detail here in Ancient Empires though is my favorite part of the mod. When you conquer a new city as Rome, for example, you don't just repair and build the first main settlement building. You have to decide the autonomy of the city and the surrounding region. Give it too much power like an independent state and you won't get that much in tax income, but you will get a lot of happiness because you're letting them keep their local culture, and vice versa with other options giving you more control or a balance between autonomy and general centralization. On the battle side of things, the visuals are epic. Because it is Attila, everything just looks a lot crisper. Battle AI on open field battles is really decent. Barbarian settlements have Thrones of Britannia battle maps, and there's a great supply submod that you can use with Ancient Empires and a lot more, guys. Everything here is really well done, perhaps a little less polished than DEI, but it's still definitely getting there. Finally, it has to be said that while the two mods are definitely comparable, DEI is simply further down the line in development. It is far more polished than Ancient Empires, which is to say the mod is a lot more balanced, has a lot more campaign mechanics, and a lot more units. The amount of dev time put into DEI is simply so much more than Ancient Empires, which is why, for the moment, I would say if you wanted to play both, try DEI first. For your first time, you will find Et Impera very difficult, but not too difficult that everything is struggling. It definitely has a bit of a learning curve with all the different campaign mechanics, and with you getting familiar with the new units, and of course, grappling with an aggressive and expansionary AI, but once you've got a grasp of all these new things, you can really run with it and have an absolutely amazing experience. After a few campaigns with DEI, I would recommend you try Ancient Empires. Go as Rome or Carthage first and see what I mean when I say the initial learning curve is a lot steeper than DEI. The starting positions are properly difficult, the economy and public order is completely upside down, and you will struggle to keep your starting territory. But stabilizing your empire is super rewarding, and starting the next Punic War is an amazingly fun time. Also, that isn't to say that other factions in Ancient Empires aren't playable. They all are, with great unit rosters, great starting positions, and a good time all around. But there are some balancing issues here and there that you just have to accept. And being on Attila has pros and cons as well, but overall, it's a different, unique feel compared to DEI that I still really enjoy. At the end of the day, you need to try both, guys. They offer brilliant campaign gameplay, super fun realistic battles, and some of the best Total War memories I'll personally never forget. Again, honorable mentions to other mods like Europa Perdita or Wars of the Gods, but these are my go-to. So with everything explored and weighed up, what do you think? I'd love to hear all your thoughts in the comments section below. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and if you did, give it a like and drop any thoughts or questions in the comments section below. Subscribe for more Total War content, gameplay, and news, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.